just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And prior to last season, his team asked him to put everyone on his back and carry them to success, and he did exactly that. Now, at this point in his career, all he cares about is postseason success and finding a way to get his team to a Super Bowl.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now Allen. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Taken in at the 22. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticisms. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 23. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's the linebacker, Matt Milano, getting up and stopping him for a loss.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Marks. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Marks. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. A handoff here to Ogunbowale. That's a strong running. And he is going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And one more time, here's Kirk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. Marks. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Mills to throw it. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second and a couple. Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
Coleman, the man in motion right. First down, here's the run with Cook. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Palmer going to go in motion left. Allen. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. That's again complete to Palmer. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
To throw, it's Allen. The kidder here, it's complete. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Allen going to run with it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Now Matt Prater for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Throwing, Mills. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy in midfield. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Mills. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Mills. That's caught again by Schultz. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. To throw, Mills. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Mills to throw for it on fourth. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force him to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Mills. Quick slant caught by Kirk. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills going to take over again on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Motion man is Shakir. Throwing now is Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To the air, Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. This pass complete to Higgins. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Now he'll tuck this and run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Motion man is Shakir. Again, it's Cook. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the deep.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Prater on to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he returns this to the 22. Houston set to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. From the right side is going to be caught by Kirk. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Marks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bills' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Mills now. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mills to throw it. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mills. So we get a traffic there, and that's complete. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
3-yard pickup.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now a give, right side. Marks. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, very huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mills. That is caught. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Gain of 10 yards. That's another Texans first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Mills. Now he's going to step up and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. He's got some room to operate. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 8 yards out. And the Texans have cut the lead back down to 2.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is helping good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Allen now looks to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Palmer going in motion right. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Palmer. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. pass for a Bills touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there, as his guys are able to extend their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that will bring up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mills. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
For the Texans.
Here's Hardman to return. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Palmer going to go in motion left. Here's Allen to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Josh Palmer, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Allen. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And brings up Bills first down.
Allen going to throw. Finding Shakir across the formation. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a first and 10.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Prater's kick is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
From the gun, here's Mills. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion, sets up a manageable second down.
Mills. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Joey Bosa, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play fake, Mills. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Shifts by him at the 25. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A gain of 19 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
To throw, it's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll get this down to the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's another Bills first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A toss to Cook. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Now Allen. This is caught. first down. Josh Palmer, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Mills and the Texans now come up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Joey Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Mills. He's got this one to Hutchinson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Hutchinson. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Mills. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Now Mills. Open man is Kirk, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Looking to throw is Mills. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10. hands it off out of the gun. There's the stiff arm. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
17 yards.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
On the pickup.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Throwing, Mills. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Sets up fourth down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive will start with an option going left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Give to Cook out of the gun. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here's 3rd and 3. To the air, Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 133 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Here's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Palmer going in motion right. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
A gain of 12. First down, Bills.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Allen now looks to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Slot man moves right. Throwing now is Allen. That's complete to Palmer. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Allen. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, It could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And again, it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Prater's kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Mills to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Again, it's Mills. That's caught again by Schultz. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Mills now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Working out of the gun, Mills. Open man is Higgins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jaden Higgins from a yard out. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, good move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Cook up the gut. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 73 yards. And the Bills have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nifty move. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Mills. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, here's Mills. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Mills. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw, Mills. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Marks is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Bills
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now Mills. A throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. We're down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 37 yards. First down, Buffalo.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
Here's Cook again.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Second and 9.
They'll try the middle with Cook. They doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Again, this is Cook. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bills first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.